Hub Arkush. A name no one knew a few days ago, but now many football fans know it. Is it because of his journalistic achievements? No. It's because the man has an MVP vote, and he's not giving it to Aaron Rodgers because he's a jerk. What? So today I'm going to break down this whole saga of events and give you my thoughts on it, because frankly it's a little ridiculous. So let's just start with the comments that started it all, and it starts in, out of all places, a Chicago Bears radio talk show.
Did you reveal that you're not voting for Aaron Rodgers? Is that correct?
I did, yeah. I mean, I've been pretty consistent about that all year. I don't think you can be the biggest jerk in the league and punish your team and your organization and your fan base the way he did and be the most valuable player.
Hubby, you calling Aaron Rodgers the biggest jerk in the NFL. You do realize there are multiple NFL players that are guilty of domestic violence. Many that are accused of sexual assault. Henry Ruggs was in the NFL this year. He killed a woman and her dog while drunk driving, and even after the fact isn't even taking responsibility for it. But no, Aaron Rodgers is the biggest jerk in the NFL because he was unhappy in Green Bay during the offseason. You know what, Hub? You were right. I don't think you were harsh enough on Aaron Rodgers. He's up there with Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Epstein, Adolf Hitler, and then Aaron Rodgers.
Has he been the most valuable on the field? Yeah, you could make that argument, but I don't think he is clearly that much more valuable than Jonathan Taylor or Cooper Kupp or maybe even Tom Brady.
So you said you do not think he is that much more valuable than Jonathan Taylor, Cooper Kupp, Tom Brady. So what I get from that is he is more valuable on the field than those three, but because of off-field petty drama, he's a jerk, and therefore he's not even in contention for your MVP vote. Now, I'm not saying you can't vote for Jonathan Taylor, Tom Brady, or Cooper Kupp, and I would get equally as mad. No, all three of those guys had monster seasons and put up monster numbers. You could easily put a good argument up for all three of those people, and I would respect it. I wouldn't agree with it. I would still give it to Aaron Rodgers, but I would respect it, and I wouldn't be making this video on you. But you're just completely casting out Aaron Rodgers because of stupid reasons.
But one of the ways we get to keep being voters is we're not allowed to say who we are voting for until after the award has been announced. I'm probably pushing the envelope by saying who I'm not voting for, but we're not really supposed to reveal our votes.
Yeah. So when the Associated Press tells you not to reveal your vote until after the award is given out, anyone with a brain would make the connection that you probably shouldn't also be spewing who you're not voting for. And I could even tell you who you are voting for just based off of you talking about this, because you made it very clear in a very subconscious way. When you were saying Rodgers wasn't that much more valuable than Jonathan Taylor, Cooper Kupp, or Tom Brady, you said Jonathan Taylor's name like instantly. And then you paused and then you stuttered to think of the other candidates, the top candidates' names.
But I don't think he is clearly that much more valuable than Jonathan Taylor or Cooper Kupp or maybe even Tom Brady.
So right there, subconsciously, I'm like 85 to 90% sure you're voting for Jonathan Taylor. And that's why the AP doesn't want you even talking about this kind of stuff until after the MVP is given out. Because now I pretty much know that you're voting for Jonathan Taylor.
Are they supposed to... Are off-field things like vaccination status supposed to factor in, or are there no guidelines for that?
There's no guidelines. We are told to pick the guy who we think is the most valuable to his team. I don't think it says anywhere, strictly on the field.
So usually when we have these MVP debates in any sport, the word that really stumps everyone and has different meanings for everyone is valuable. Because everyone has different ways for evaluating who is the most valuable. But if your name is Hub Arkush, the word that really stumps you is player. Can someone tell Hub that it's an important factor of actually being a football player and a good football player when you vote for the MVP? So if we're using Hub's logic, Martin Luther King Jr. is more eligible to win the MVP in his mind this year than Aaron Rodgers. Martin Luther King never played a lick of NFL football in his life. He's not even alive right now, but hey, He was a nice guy, and Aaron Rodgers is a jerk. MLK for MVP in 2021, baby.
Although I do think he hurt his team on the field, by the way he acted off the field. I mean, they're going to get the number 1 seed anyway.
Oh, my God. I'm going to replay that portion and just watch the guy on the top's face, because it says everything about what Hub just freaking said. Just watch this guy's reaction.
Although I do think he hurt his team on the field, by the way he acted off the field. I mean, they're going to get the number 1 seed anyway.
How the heck are you going to say Aaron Rodgers' off-field drama hurt his team on the field? Can someone tell him that the Packers have locked up the number 1 seed? And there's still a week left in the regular season, Hub.
But what if the difference had come down to the Chiefs game, where he lied about being vaccinated and ended up not playing and they got beat. So
he says Aaron Rodgers missed the Chiefs game because he lied about being vaccinated. Does he realize he didn't miss the game because he lied? Now, I just want to say, first of all, the Packers organization knew he wasn't vaccinated. So everyone in the Packers organization knew he was not vaccinated. Now, did he mislead the reporters, the media, and the fans about his vaccination status? 100% yes, and it's a pretty scummy thing of him to do. But that has nothing to do with why he missed the Chiefs game. He missed the Chiefs game because he tested positive for COVID-19, and that was it. Is that fair to say Aaron Rodgers hurt his team because he tested positive for COVID-19? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of NFL players have tested positive for COVID-19 this year, whether they were vaccinated or not.
Oh, so he couldn't have won the MVP before the season for you?
For me, no. Yeah, no. I just think that the way he's carried himself is inappropriate, and the vaccine thing just was one more, log on the fire, so to speak. I think he's a bad guy, and I don't think a bad guy can be the most valuable guy at the same time.
And that right there is why I 100% understand why people think he should lose his right to vote for any NFL award this year or in the future. You disqualified a player from winning an award before the season even started? Aaron Rodgers could have thrown for 700 freaking touchdowns, and that wouldn't have cut it for old hubby. Your job as a journalist and as a voter should be to remain objective and not let your personal feelings get in the way. You let the facts talk, you let the stats talk, and you let the film talk. But you're not doing that. All right, let's flip the script on you here, Hub. Let's put you in Aaron Rodgers' shoes. So let's say your boss is awarding out 1 cash bonus for the best journalist in your office for the year. So he calls you into his office. He's like, hey, hubby, get in here. All right, let's see, Hub. You got the most clicks on your articles out of anyone in the office. Your ratings go up when we bring you on the air for the radio. And most of our readers and listeners really like you. But, oh, wait. What is this? One listener said you seemed like a freaking jerk. Now, this listener has never interacted with you in his life or your life, but he says you're a jerk. So I'm sorry, I can't award you this cash bonus. I'm going to need you to get the frick out of my office right now because you are disqualified from consideration. Suddenly, your logic doesn't seem so freaking rock solid, does it? So that video goes around on social media. His comments go around on social media. It starts trending. And I'd say 95% of the people on social media are in disagreement with Hub. So the story ends right there, doesn't it? Oh, no. Because luckily the very next day, who is going to be speaking to the media? Aaron frickin' Rodgers is going to start speaking. So let's just roll the clip. Let's see what that frickin' jerk has to say.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum. He doesn't know me. I don't know who he is. No one knew who he was probably until yesterday's comments. But to say he had his mind made up in the summertime, in the off season, that I had zero chance of winning MVP, in my opinion, should exclude future votes. His problem isn't with me being a bad guy or the biggest jerk in the league, because he doesn't know me. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know anything about me. His problem is I'm not vaccinated. So if he wants to go on a crusade and come up with an extra letter to put on the award just for this season and make it the most valuable vaccinated player, then he should do that. But he's a bum, and I'm not going to waste any time worrying about that stuff. He has no idea who I am. He's never talked to me in his life. But it's surprising that he would even say that, to be honest. But crazy.
Now, I think the most important thing out of all this stupid drama that really means nothing in the grand scheme of things, it's an award for the game of football. It really doesn't mean much. But the fact that this guy went out of his way to label Aaron Rodgers a jerk and a bad guy is just really stupid. I mean, he doesn't know Aaron Rodgers personally at all. He's never had a conversation with the guy. I mean, you can disagree with someone and not be a fan of the way they handled a certain situation, and they can still be a good person. You just don't see eye to eye on certain things. Just the fact that he's calling him a bad guy for just little petty things is just ridiculous. Now, Hub did issue an apology letter, if you can call it that, but who did he actually apologize to? Was it to Aaron Rodgers for his unfair comments towards him? No. Was it to the league and its fans for his mishandling of being an objective voter? No. It was to the Associated Press and his fellow voters, because he's basically down on his knees on this letter begging for the Associated Press not to strip him of his voting rights. That's all this apology letter is. And I'll leave a link in the description for the full apology letter if you want to read it and get the full context of everything that he says. But just to summarize, he's not sorry for what he said. He's only sorry to the Associated Press for violating their rule of not discussing their vote until the MVP is revealed. And throughout this letter, he's making it seem like everyone is now upset at the Associated Press and questioning the legitimacy of the entire voting process. No, that's not really a discussion anyone's having. We're upset and questioning the legitimacy of your vote. Just you, man, not the entire Associated Press. So this whole letter is just a gesture and a play to try and make sure he doesn't lose his vote. But it's clearly something he's proud of and that he holds near and dear to his heart, and he really should. There's only 50 people that select the MVP every year, and that's a high honor. And he's just taking advantage of it. And frankly, I'm not going to be upset if you lose that right, Hub. He also tried playing the victim the entire time throughout this letter. Overall, it's just a sad and pathetic attempt at an apology. It's not genuine. He's just trying to make sure Hub's life stays good and he doesn't care about anyone else's. But you know what? Maybe I'm out of line. Maybe I'm just a biased Packers Aaron Rodgers lover, and I just can't see the light because I'm just blinded by Aaron Rodgers and his toe. Maybe that's it. Maybe Hub Arkush actually does have some sound reasoning. Oh, wait a minute! A new challenger has appeared! Or should I say old challenger? It's Skip freaking Bayless! The biggest Aaron Rodgers hater in the freaking world. And even he thinks your logic is mega flawed.
Hub was born and raised in Chicago, in Deerfield, in the suburb of Chicago, and he's been around the Bears. He's worked on all their broadcasts pre- and post-game for years and years, and I do believe that there's something subliminally operating there that he would probably say, I'm not a Bears fan, but he is a Bears follower, fervent follower.
Yes.
And they hate the Green Bay Packers. Okay, now to the larger issue here of voters. There are 50 voters for this award, and it's a hallowed award.
Yeah.
And Aaron has won it 3 times already, and he well might win it. He's the heavy favorite to win it this time. Is there human error involved in this?
Yeah.
Sure. Is there human frailty? Oh, you better believe it, because you're just human.
Yeah.
You're going to have your likes and dislikes and your loves and your hates, right? I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to remove the human element from the voting.
Right.
Okay, so it got exposed for all to see. I'm just not so sure that he's holding Aaron accountable for not getting vaccinated. I think at the bottom of this is the fact that he's a Packer.
Right.
Oh, man, you have to know you're on the wrong side when even Skip Bayless is like, whoa, let's cool it with this Aaron Rodgers hate. So this is now the beginning of the end of Mr. Hub Arkush's 15 seconds of infamy. He's going to fade into irrelevance again. Aaron Rodgers is headed to the playoffs as the #1 seed, trying to get his 2nd Super Bowl. And if he just so happens to win his 4th MVP award along the way, well, then that's just icing on top of that jerk's cake. All right, that's the end. I'm Matt Mamba. I don't know how to close videos. Frick! What am I going to do for this ending? Alright, so the perfect way to end this freaking video is for me to call someone that knows more about football than Hub Arkush. So what I'm going to do is call a McDonald's and ask this underpaid employee what they think about the NFL MVP race. Let's get some real insight for once. Do McDonald's employees ever pick up the phone? I guess we'll find out. I feel like this is just going to ring for like 20 minutes.
McDonald's.
Hey, I was just wondering if you thought Aaron Rodgers should win MVP this year.
I'm sorry?
I just wanted your take on if Aaron Rodgers should win the NFL MVP award.
This is a business. It's in the middle of a rush. I don't think anybody will appreciate you making calls like that around this time of the day.
All right, so undecided. Got it. Oh, I feel so bad. Oh, no. Oh, I've been sitting here for the last 10 minutes. Oh, and I feel so bad. I just realized it is 12 o'clock p.m. It is lunch rush hour, and I'm calling a McDonald's for a stupid joke for my stupid YouTube video. I feel so bad for that woman. I am sorry, ma'am. If you somehow watch this video, I know you're probably dealing with the most awful people in the world right now, and I just added more stress and annoyance to your day. I am sorry, but you should have just said Aaron Rodgers is the MVP.